Hey everyone, doing another review here on Spaniard Reviews, sponsored by Anchor and also from our Geek Out podcast. Just to show everyone who is watching the video review, again, I do like to show off my ticket subs. So if you are watching the video version, you'll be able to see this. Biggest reason is just to prove that I actually went to go watch the movie. So again, those watching podcasts, you'll just have to believe me. So I went yesterday to go see Aquaman with my wife, and this movie has had a lot of ups and downs as far as how the story is going to be created, how the character is going to be put into place. Also, Jason Momoa is, I feel, a great Aquaman. Hell, if anything, guys, you'll be a hero if you take your date, your girlfriend, your fiance, or your wife to go see this movie because there are plenty of shirtless opportunities. But that also being said, I do like the rugged, rough Aquaman style because there really isn't too much to Aquaman. And I feel that's why the story here really kind of falls down. I will say, though, for this story, it's pretty basic, right? It's the founding of how Aquaman came to be. In this case, Arthur, who is, that's his human name, what he was given. But so it is interesting how it kind of plays out. So it shows how he was created. So Nicole Kidman plays the mother of Aquaman, and it's really cool how she's brought up. And I really like how the beginning of the movie starts. So it portrays how from love from two different worlds can combine, and then hey, here he is, this half breed, which is nothing original. I mean, there's so many movies now where it's half and half, and they end up being almighty and what have you. So, but him being the first son, he has royalty rights. So it ends up going into the future where now he is known as Aquaman, legend of the sea, talker of the ocean. And it starts off with meeting with Black Manta. So, if those of you who don't know who Black Manta is, I really didn't know too much either because I haven't read too much into Aquaman comics myself. But in a nutshell, it's a pirate who ends up seeking out Aquaman and revenge throughout. So the cast itself is pretty high up there. I mean, next to Jason Momoa, you have Amber Heard, William Dafoe, Patrick Wilson. We've already talked about Nicole Kidman, and then Dolph Lundgren. So it's a pretty big cast, but I do feel that they just got the names in there because the story is pretty much just Patrick Wilson's character, which is King Orrin, who is the stepbrother to Aquaman, right? To Arthur. He wants to become king, or in this case, which I guess is better than king, is called Ocean Master. And to do so, he needs to go ahead and collaborate with the other kingdoms of the seven seas. So, he does try to do that, and I really like his character. I just feel there is much needed chemistry development between the two, because I always feel that if your main protagonist and then the main antagonist don't really have too much of a feel or theme, it can really draw away if the story isn't strong. And here it really isn't. So I honestly believe the best scenes were when they were not in the sea because the CGI was very weird looking. I know they try to make it to where it looked like they were in the ocean and then their mouths would kind of like echo a bit as if they were talking underwater, but I mean, they spent a lot of time with that. And then the visuals with the bubbles and the fight scenes, but it's really all chaotic. And when you actually get to watch Aquaman in those scenes where they're not underwater, like there's no CGI, just straight Jason Momoa's character, hugging the island, and even like Nicole Kidman, like it is just really cool to see. But other than that, it was pretty dry, unfortunately. I did like the performances, mainly Nicole Kidman and Jason Momoa. Amber Heard was okay, I feel. They had a very wonky chemistry, and it was really cringy and cheesy at times. But, I mean, it's Aquaman. I mean, it's superhero. I know they're going to have those, but I felt like when they tried to put the humor, however it was scripted in, was meant to really kind of brighten it up, but all it did was leave us going, okay, when is the next action scene going to start? Because this is really awkward. So, the score, however, was really good when the action happened. When it was at random times where they were end up going to these random locations because they are trying to find this trident, right? That is a whole realm of the story, to find Aquaman's trident, which is by the tyrants, the first kings of Atlanta, right? Atlantis. And it just gets really bad sometimes, like this modern style, really goofy sounding music at some points, and I'm just like, this is so out of place. And even soon to be, like, it just felt like they had filler parts, and the movie is very long. So I felt they could have taken out those parts and developed more chemistry between the characters that really needed it. I felt like that would have been so much better. But I'm going to play you a piece here of the score. It's very good. This one is more of a battle type, which I felt was like one of the best ones. So I hope you enjoy. All right, and then it only picks up from there. Like, it just ramps up, and this was played more in the middle of the movie. One of the fight scenes and action sequences. It was very well done. I really enjoyed that part. So, but I'll be completely honest. Overall, I felt the movie was just okay. I feel like if you're a fan of Aquaman, you'll really enjoy this, just because you get to see him full screen. No time with any other superheroes, just himself. But as a movie alone, it really falls short, mainly because of the story and the poorly driven chemistry that was much needed between, well, let's just face it, the two main, visuals that were going to be on screen. So, performances were great. I just felt like they were very overshadowed for the types of actors and actresses they are, just basically on how wrong the story went. So, but giving it 2 out of 4 stars. If you want to see an action, kind of superhero type movie, then by all means, go see it. I think this is one that you can definitely 100% wait on. I know everyone keeps bashing on DC and everything like that, but there's nothing really spectacular here. You're not going to come out going, whoa, that was so awesome. If you do, great for you. But, of all if we're looking at all the superhero movies or just action movies alone that have come out just this year alone, yeah, hands down, there have been way better films. So, but you'll enjoy it if you like superheroes and what have you. But if you feel like you're kind of on the fence about it, definitely would wait for like a Redbox, or who knows, maybe even a Netflix release down the line. Or maybe, on their new DC streaming service that they're going to add. So, again, everyone, thank you so much. We are going to have this out as a podcast version as well on our Geek Out podcast. So, again, that is on Anchor, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. Don't forget to check out our Facebook. It's at the Geek Out Podcast. We also have an Instagram, always_geek_out. So please check those out for us and let us know what you think in the comments. So, again, our next episode of Geek Out is going to be coming out really soon. It's going to be our Christmas edition. We're really excited about that one. And I'm going to have a few more reviews upcoming. So if you don't want to hear my Geek Out moment, which may contain spoilers, go ahead and end it here. But thank you all so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. Okay, so this Geek Out moment is actually has Aquaman technically, right? Technically Aquaman in it for 2 seconds, but it's young Arthur, right? It's just young Arthur. And it's right at the beginning of the movie. My favorite scene is when Nicole Kidman's character, right? Because she is the queen of Atlantis, right? And there's this dog, and she's now with the human father, there with everything, and Oh my gosh, like the Atlantean soldiers come and they just first of all they blow up into this lighthouse, which is where she was originally found, right? And then Nicole Kidman just has this like stare, and she's surrounded by four or five of these like buffed out soldiers. You know, they got these laser type rifles. You know, it's Atlantean technology. But this fight scene that Nicole Kidman did was so badass. Like, uh, the other scenes that are in the film are good. The ones that are not underwater, mind you, but this one, for some reason, like the way that it was done, like the choreography of this throughout the entire fight scene, to where she's just like bashing and smashing through, like breaking stuff, sending people, these guards flying, and then she asks for her trident to be through it, and there's just like this epic moment. Like it was just awesome. I was just like, whoa, as soon as it was completed. So that's my geek out moment. That was my favorite part. Fortunately, it was at the beginning of the film. Like I said, the rest of it for me just kind of went like okay. I felt like there were a lot of Ari moments in the film, but overall, you know, it was okay. It was all right. So again, thank you all so much. If I don't do a review before holiday time, please be safe out there and really, really enjoy your holiday, Christmas, and New Year. Thank you so much.